Okay, we're getting the signal that we're live, so that's good. Um, so, hi, I'm Lynn Dominic, and I'm here with Trevor Folgering, the ketogenic coach, lifestyle expert, and challenge guru. And for those of you who did not join us when we did our little segment back in December, you're going to hear today about a challenge that Trevor has put together to champion his mission to get everyone he can on a ketogenic lifestyle. And he'll tell you the reason he's so passionate about it. But what I want you to do when you watch this episode is not think about keto as diet, even though they're lumped together. And even though I have a site called the Keto Diet Diva, it's not a diet as much as it is a way of life. Because if you're going to adapt a ketogenic lifestyle, we really don't recommend that you do it for a temporary period. Where you're really going to see results and really a huge difference in how you feel and your outlook on life and your energy is if you adapt this lifestyle. So I'm going to turn it over to Trevor. He's going to talk about his mindset and his mission about keto, why he is so in favor of everyone going on the ketogenic lifestyle. And then he'll tell you about the challenge he's created. So take it away, Trevor, and don't make any erratic movements because we just had to do this video because he basically turned off his mic. So
yeah, you know what, we're doing take number 2 of this, but that's totally fine. But I'm totally fine with that. Welcome everybody to this live. Thank you so much, Lynn, for inviting me back here. And I'm super excited, guys, because 2020 is going to be an amazing year for you. And I really want to chat about the keto lifestyle and what it's all about and how you guys can really transform your body in 2020 without going on a calorie restricted diet. And that really is my mission in life right now, is to really teach you guys this properly. So I want to backtrack a little bit here because, of course, it's January the 8th and everyone is rah and wanting to lose body fat or lose weight. And a lot of people are trying a low calorie diet, right? And we take a look at the first 3 letters of the word diet, D-I-E, it feels like you're dying when you're on a diet. Have you ever experienced that, Lynn?
I will have to say that although not frequently, I have been on diets before. And you're going to absolutely cringe when I say this. But the first time that I ever went on a calorie restricted diet was in high school. And I had to lose 5 pounds. And what did I do? I went on a liquid diet, like Slim Fast. Oh. And I ate 2 meals a day. I drank 2 meals a day, Slim Fast. And then the third meal I had a salad. And I dropped the weight, but it was awful. And I didn't feel great. So I did that. So that's what I did. However, it wasn't until years later when my metabolism started to really shift that I basically adapted a low carb lifestyle. Mm-hmm. Although I don't restrict myself to 0 carbs, you will not find me eating sandwiches ever. It's just, and that to me is one of the reasons why I've always been able to stay thin. I just don't eat that much bread. And I find it to be game changing.
Absolutely. Yeah. And it's interesting that you have said that, like when you were younger, that you tried that liquid diet. I think a lot of the viewers here can relate to you, right? Because I think a lot of us, as we were growing up, having experience, on a whatever cabbage soup diet or whatever the latest slim fast or slim down diet is. And you know what? It doesn't work. And the reason why, for yourself and for many other viewers, it doesn't work is that it causes metabolic dysfunction or metabolic damage. Essentially, it really just slows down the chemical processes in the body. And that is including fat burning, right? So if you guys want to get into fat burning mode quickly and efficiently, like, you cannot do calorie restriction this year. And I really want 2020 to be different for you. I want 2020 for your viewers to realize that, hey, I don't have to go on a calorie restricted diet. This is something that I can do for the rest of my life. Drop the weight and keep it off, right? So like for yourself, we're on a ketogenic lifestyle and we've kept the weight off. And this is where we want you, the viewers that out there, to really get, right? Because this is something that's going to transform your body and health.
Right. So take us back. I know on the first segment that we did, we talked about busting some of the myths around keto, but it's always good to hear that. Talk about the fact that here you are, you've created this challenge for 2020, and you're going to be talking to people about eating steak and eating pork chops and things like that, and they don't have to worry about it.
Right, exactly. And the biggest thing that I want to talk about is really, when it comes to losing weight, it's all about hormone control. It's all about controlling hormones. And this is the big thing that everyone needs to get, is it's not about calorie deprivation, but it's actually about controlling hormones, very powerful hormones in your body. And these hormones dictate whether you store fat or lose fat, right? So that's really, when you look at the keto lifestyle, that really is the crevice or the bottom line of the keto lifestyle. It's hormone regulation and hormone control.
So I'm sure there are women out there who are going to be watching this and say, okay, I'm in menopause, or I'm about to go into menopause, or what about when I go into menopause? That's all about shifting hormones. Can I lose weight on keto diet?
Yeah, absolutely. You can definitely, like, if you're in premenopause or menopause, this is probably the best type of lifestyle that you can get into, for the reason that you are shifting your metabolic pathway into a fat burning mode. So we all have two pathways that we run in. We run in either a sugar burning pathway, which is called the glycolytic pathway, or the ketogenic pathway, which is the fat burning pathway. And if you are a woman heading into that state, like menopause or premenopause or perimenopause, you can actually shift your body to use more body fat simply by adopting a high fat, moderate protein, low carb lifestyle. And this is so powerful. I mean, it's one of those things that it's magic. Like, it's, it trumps everything that we can eat, because your body is using ketones. For these ketones provide the cells with 35% more cellular energy. But in order for us to do that, you really need to shift your hormones. You got to use your hormones to your advantage, right? And low calorie diets keep our fat storing hormones very high. So that's the big problem with low calorie diets, is they can keep our fat storing hormones very high, and they shunt the fat burning hormones. That is the real big issue with low calorie diets.
So that probably also doesn't help elevate your mood at all. It probably plummets your mood. So you're not in a good mood to start. Your energy levels aren't high. So you psychologically, your mindset says, I'm depriving myself. I'm not feeling great about this. I don't have any energy. So your whole attitude would shift a lot, I would think. So go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you would feel better emotionally and emotionally and psychologically, feel so much better, because again, low calorie diets will not obviously make you feel good. Your neurotransmitters of your brain are shunted. You're not going to be, have a lot of energy throughout the days, and you're going to feel crabby, and you're going to snap at your husband and all that stuff. So the opposite is true of the ketogenic lifestyle, because you're eating a way of eating that's higher in fats. fats will fuel your brain and you'll feel so much better, right? You'll have more energy. You'll be more focused at work or at home. You'll have more attention with the kids, right? So, I can go on and on about this, but it's so important that we look at that aspect of hormone regulation first.
So you talked about fats. So I know that there are a lot of people who are going to say, wait a minute, fats are bad for me. Fats, they have high cholesterol. They're automatically going to take themselves into a mindset that protein and fat is going to cause heart disease, hardening of the arteries, etc. Tell us about why that is a myth that has gone on that really is just a myth.
And that is so understandable because, since 1953, we've been really told a whole bunch of lies when it comes to fat, right? Fat, is not harmful for the body. This is the big thing that I really want your viewers to understand is, fat is very healthy. Fat causes the body to have more energy and you feel better. And the really cool thing is that fat has no effect on insulin, which is our foreign hormone. So when you eat, for example, carbohydrates, you get a big spike of blood sugar level, or a big spike of blood sugar. And then what happens is your body releases insulin, which is our fat storing hormone. And that insulin drives the excess sugar in your blood into your belly fat stores or your hips or thighs, right? If you're eating fat, that doesn't happen because fat is not broken down through insulin secretion. It's actually broken down through the gallbladder, bile. And that is the magic of the ketogenic lifestyle. It allows the insulin, which is your fat storing hormones, to lower. And once that happens, your body senses that. And then it says, hey, I need to get some energy. So it releases another hormone, our fat burning hormone, glucagon. And that hormone stimulates our liver to produce ketones from our own body fat stores. So that's the beautiful thing about the ketogenic lifestyle. There's a big hormone connection here. If you have low insulin, you have very high, which is our fat burning hormone. If you have high insulin, you have low glucagon. So really, we can manipulate these hormones through our diet. And that is so amazing. And I think hopefully a light bulb moment comes on for your viewers because that doesn't happen in a low calorie diet. That will never happen with low calorie diets.
Yeah. So I want to talk a little bit about the danger, though, of having protein and fat and not kicking the carbohydrates. Why is that such a danger zone? Why do you really have to have all of it working for you?
Well, you have to eat the right types of foods and the right combinations at the right time, right? So this is where my challenge would come into play because I get people on a well-formulated ketogenic meal plan. And your viewers are probably wondering, like, what does that mean? But it simply means that it's well-formulated for the individual user, right? So if you, for example, have a meal plan, I would be tailoring that meal so it meets your daily caloric intake, the right amounts of fats, the right combinations of fats, the right combinations of proteins, and have it timed so that you're eating at a certain time every single day so your body can transition into the fat burning mode it needs to be in, right? So the danger comes in when you just try to do this alone. When you go on Google and you Google keto recipes, or you Google recipes and you're like, oh, cool, I could do that. I can try that recipe. I can try that, because it's not the right combination to get your body to fat burning mode. So it's kind of like a lock, right? Like, those locks that you, dial lock that you open up and you can lock your locker. Same thing, right? You have to dial the correct numbers to make that lock open. Same thing here. You have to have the right combination of fats and proteins to unlock your body fat stores.
Right. So why do you feel, Trevor, that it's so important that we look at adapting keto as a lifestyle, not as a temporary solution to burn our extra fat?
So the one reason obviously is hormones, but like the big thing that is really causing a lot of distress and disease within our society is insulin. Okay. Now this is the big thing. Like if we can keep insulin low, it's very, very good. So when you eat a standard American diet, what ends up happening is you have something called insulin resistance. And this is very damaging to the cells. I mean, look at type 2 diabetes, we can look at stroke, dementia, Alzheimer's, all these types of diseases have one element in common, and that is insulin resistance. When your body cannot uptake insulin properly, or when your cells cannot uptake glucose properly because they don't respond to insulin, there's a serious problem. So the keto lifestyle takes care of that. It allows insulin levels to be low, and therefore we can access our body fat easy. Very, very easy, in fact. It's very simple to do when you get that to that point where your body is in control of its own hormones.
Interesting. That's great. So talk a little bit about exogenous ketones, because we have exogenous ketones as part of the challenge protocol in the higher levels of the challenge. So people might not know what they are, but my husband, who went on or is living in keto now, he takes exogenous ketones, and it helps him accelerate the fat burning process. But the idea is not to do it as a replacement for adapting a ketogenic lifestyle. It's done in tandem, and it gives back potassium and magnesium and a lot of other valuable nutrients and vitamins. So it's good for you in addition to kind of accelerating the fat burning. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, absolutely. So with exogenous ketones, the big thing is with this product, we can actually allow the body to get into nutritional ketosis faster, and you will be able to kind of minimize the keto flu, which is essentially just the body's way of saying, hey, I need carbs, give me carbs. Exogenous ketones allow the body to kind of get a surge of ketones so that it kind of closes that gap on the keto flu. And that is really, really, really beneficial for the user, for individuals that want to get on a ketogenic lifestyle.
That's great. So one thing also that we're not including in the keto challenge right now, but can later on in the year, is MCT oil. So tell us why you are so bullish on MCT oil.
Awesome. I love MCT oil. I mean, it's one of the most amazing fats. MCT oil stands for medium chain triglycerides. Medium chain triglycerides. So when you eat, for example, some type of fat, like say butter, or if you have some animal fats or some salad dressing that has a high saturated fat content, or eggs, or whatever it is, your body has to break it down through the gallbladder, and your gallbladder releases bile and essentially emulsifies the fat. Okay. MCT oil is completely different. It actually bypasses the gallbladder and goes straight to the liver, where it's converted into ketones and used for energy. So, athletes use MCT oil. We obviously see people that are trying to lose weight use MCT oil, but it's really beneficial because you get a boost of energy right away. And I don't know if your viewers have heard of bulletproof coffee, but that's essentially just coffee with MCT oil added into it and butter and all. But you get an instant hit of energy, obviously with the caffeine, but of course with the MCT oil, because that's going straight to your liver and getting used right away, instead of having to be broken down by the gallbladder and then gone through the digestive process. So it's just a faster way to get your energy in during the day.
Wow. So take us through, if somebody's watching and they say, oh my God, this sounds great. I've got somebody who knows what he's talking about. He's going to be my coach through this process. I'm interested in taking the first step. What are the layers to the challenge, and why can somebody who just wants to really kind of dip their toe in the water, why can they take this challenge? And then somebody who is more committed, and then the real diehard commitment. So tell us how you've structured it and what part is tailored for the 3 different kinds of people I just talked about.
For sure. So we have 3 different tiers or levels. So it depends on where you are right now in your weight loss journey. If you're not too sure about keto yet and you're kind of just wanting to, like Lynn had said, your toes in the water, we have a 14-day challenge. And this just allows you to get on a well-formulated ketogenic meal plan and experience the power of ketones yourself. You still get a little bit of coaching from me, so you're not left alone, but you do still experience eating a well-formulated ketogenic meal plan. We also have our flagship 30-day keto challenge, which is more intensive and provides a little bit more support and coaching and guidance. We give you a couple more meal plans so that you have a little bit more variety. That's also really important. We do want variety within our foods and our meals.
Sure.
And that obviously comes with the exogenous ketones as well. So you get the exogenous ketones with the 30-day challenge.
Okay.
All right. The next level is where I believe everybody should go to because it is for a lifetime. And this is going to teach you how to do just that. So we have a 90-day challenge where if you are, like Lynn said, die hard and want to just like go full out and do this 100%, is a 90-day keto challenge. And this is where you get everything. You get the coaching, the support, the guidance, the well-formulated meal plans. You get an online support community. You get me and Lynn as your mentors.
Pep talks,
motivation, inspiration.
And then
so yeah, it's huge. And really what we do in that 90 days is we get your body to fully transition into nutritional ketosis so you can live there for the rest of your life, because this is a metabolic pathway that you can operate in for the rest of your life, right? There's no need to use carbs anymore, right? Me and Lynn are both huge advocates of, no carbs. I haven't had carbs in a long time, neither has Lynn. So, that's where I believe everybody should go into.
Chocolate, Trevor. However, I think at Whole Foods, that is so great. It's unsweetened chocolate. It's coconut butter. It's coconut oil and monk fruit. And it's delicious. It's affordable. They're great. They're these like cups. So rather than peanut butter, it's this coconut cream, and it is out of this world. So awesome. Great dessert.
Chocolate. And actually, chocolate is supposed to be a health food, but we've processed it and add so much sugar into it, it becomes garbage, right? So
I know.
Yeah.
That's great. So say somebody says, okay, I'm going to take that 90-day challenge. What happens after the end of 90 days? Does Trevor go away? So how does that happen, Trevor? Do you have this life support for people who get on this program, want to change their life, and then after 90 days kind of feel like, oh my God, I need to reach out to Trevor again? How does that work?
Yeah, I love that you said life support. I mean,
yeah, exactly.
It's very fitting.
Yeah, so much of what we think about is food related, so I think, life support is a kind of a good term.
Yeah, absolutely. So after the 90 days, you're not left alone. Okay. So this is the big thing that I talk to all my clients about when they come on board these types of challenges or this type of lifestyle, is that you're never going to get rid of me, right? I'm going to stick to you like white on rice, but
don't eat it. Don't eat it.
We don't eat it. We don't eat the rice, but yeah, bad analogy perhaps. But you actually do get lifetime support because you're in my online on Facebook. So you're obviously going to be connected with me for life, or as long as you're on Facebook. And that means that you can reach out for support, guidance, and some coaching anytime that you would like. And I also have like online Facebook lives, much like this, where our clients get on and we have like a conversation about, what's the struggle, if you're struggling, if you need some supportive coaching. So we have like a Q&A type of question period, and then I can coach them on how to actually make this a lifestyle.
That's fantastic. And the 30-day and even the 14 days can still be in your community, correct?
Absolutely. Yes, for sure. Once you're involved within the challenge, you are in the community. So it's not like 14 days. It's not like you're going to be left alone, right? So after the 30 days, it's not going to be like, okay, see you later, bye. I'm always going to be there. This is my calling. This is what I do, and I'm not going to leave you by the wayside, right? Like some other programs out there.
Yeah, and what we're going to do over at, as we build the Keto Diet Diva is we're going to have bits and pieces and interviews with Trevor, and we are also going to have recipes that can stay there, and we'll have links to buy the products that we talked about when there's a new product coming out, whether it be the exogenous ketones or whether it be the MCT oil, the day version and the night version. And then we can actually have you talk a little bit about those products too. So you won't be left in the cold. That's what's so great about this. What the whole idea is to have something that's really comprehensive, that takes all these myths about keto and really allows you to discuss them so you feel comfortable doing it, because let's face it, I've just read, in fact, Gary told me that Nabisco is coming out with an Oreo that is going to be a keto Oreo or all these things. So keto is not going away.
Yeah, keto's not going away.
Keto's not going away. But with that, the myths are going to increase.
Right.
So how do you demystify all this about keto? Because as much as you're going to see keto products, you're going to read articles, as Trevor said. You're going to go to Google and they're going to say, keto's terrible. Keto's awful. You're going to have heart disease. No, you're really not.
In the next few years, I mean, I predict that keto is going to become mainstream in the next 5-10 years, but you're going to find that there's going to be a lot of people or companies that come out and say, yeah, keto is the worst thing that you can do because it's good. And the reason is because keto, once people understand what it's all about, is actually going to make people very healthy, which is going to take away some of the business from other companies.
Yeah, there's no question.
Right? So that's one of the reasons why you'll see lots of that happening.
Yeah. Well, I can remember back, to me, the father of keto is Dr. Atkins. I mean, he proposed that lifestyle. He was enthusiastic about that lifestyle many, many, many years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And, he didn't die of heart disease.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, he slipped on the ice and he died of a fall. But if it's followed correctly, the keto diet does not cause heart attacks.
It doesn't. And I mean, I don't want to obviously talk, trash about anybody, but right. the individual that, for example, told us, in 1953 that, saturated fats are evil and shouldn't be eaten, actually died of a heart attack. You just sort of reminded me of that, right? So,
first of all, you just look at the French.
Right.
Look at the French. They ate foie gras for years. The French, all the butter, all the cream. Their heart attack statistics were always much, much lower than in the States. And that's a society that smoked as well. So you have to say, maybe it's more complicated than that. It's
absolutely
not as simplistic as you eat butter and cream and you're going to die of a heart attack. That's just not going to happen. But
so true, yeah.
Processed foods, all those horrible things that we do to food in the United States, all contributes to the real problems that we have. So anyway, this is certainly an ongoing series that we're going to be doing. Whether you see this on LDTV Talk or one of my other Facebook or YouTube channels or on Trevor's, know that you can always PM either one of us for more information, and that what we're going to do is we will put a link to the challenge underneath this video on wherever you see it. So you'll be able to go there and sign up. So Trevor, there is no deadline to signing up for the challenge. However, there would be no reason for anybody to wait to get on it.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's no deadline, but here's the thing. I mean, when is the best time to start something? Like now, right? Like we want you to experience the keto lifestyle now, not 4 months down the road. So we're, we really, prayers to you is that we want you to come to us and start your keto lifestyle like today.
So let me ask you this, because you talked about the $297 as the 14-day option. I don't think you put a price on it, but I know it's $297. Can I then take that as a base and use it toward the next level if I do it?
Yeah, absolutely. Because you can actually upgrade and you can 30-day supply of exogenous ketones. Then you can take, the 14 days, and then you can upgrade to the 30 days and continue taking the exogenous ketones. Yes.
And also be part of the 30-day challenge.
Yes. Yeah. So once you finish the 14 days and you're like, wow, this is actually really cool, you can upgrade to the 30 days and you can have another batch of exogenous ketones and keep going on the exogenous ketones and just transition into another 30-day program or challenge.
That's great. And one thing we talked about, but we didn't touch on here, and I want to before we sign off, is the myth that you have to live in a gym to lose weight.
Big myth. Yeah, big myth. Honestly, if you're in nutritional ketosis, you don't have to do as much exercise. I mean, obviously exercise is wonderful for the body. It relieves stress, it builds muscle, it enhances cardiovascular capacity, all that great stuff. But we don't need to kill our bodies in the gym 6 days a week. I mean, there's just no point. And in fact, if you're doing that, you're more than likely doing yourself a disservice rather than enhancing the benefits of exercise. I say if you're in nutritional ketosis, 3 to 4 times a week in the gym is completely fine. You don't have to go crazy and go so high intensity. Like the best thing is walking. Walking is wonderful. Yeah.
Exercise is walking.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Or just keeping the body in motion. I walk around the apartment or I walk around the house when I'm in Connecticut and I feel I'm getting a lot of exercise up and down the stairs, walking around, keeping mobile, keeping myself from sitting all day. Although I've been chained to the computer for the last couple of days doing different things, but.
Well, I always say keep it simple, Simon, right? So, don't make it complicated with your exercise routine. If it's like taking a 15-minute break from your computer or from, and walking around the office building or walking around, outside after work, do that. Even if it's just 15, 20 minutes, it's going to be way better than being sedentary for each and every day. All
right. Great. Trevor, thank you again. It's always awesome to have you on here.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure, Lynn. I really appreciate it. And I really look forward to really educating your viewers on keto in the next, in 2020, in the whole year.
Right. Keto in 2020. You see the crawl. There it is.
There it is. Keto in 2020.
That is Trevor's website. So anyway, Google it. You'll find him. And we'll be back here soon. And also one thing, please, when you watch this, write something in the comments if you have a question. We'll make sure it gets answered.
Absolutely.
Right. Okay, Trevor, audience, till next time. Thanks so much.
Bye, everybody.
We'll see you soon.